Alright, here is the video review for Power of the Prime's Legend Class Windcharger. Here is his card with the art, and he comes with amalgamous powers. Here is his amalgamous power. Becomes massive objects with huge gravitational pull. So when Windcharger, I can't wait for Amalgamous Prime to come out now. So when Windcharger powers up with Amalgamous Prime, he becomes massive objects with huge gravitational pull. And that is something I'm looking forward to recreating in toy form. However, for the sake of it... Oh, I forgot to show off Beachcomber's video. Oh no, real quick. Beachcomber can also, as expected, hold a Prime Master in Rapid mode. There you go, you saw it. Anyway, so... but now this is what people say. I've heard about not doing any prep work and all sorts of accusations. I just want to let you know, for this review, because I knew I had them somewhere, I dug out not only the G1 Windcharger and not only the, what's this, Combiner Wars or Generations Windcharger from the tailgate mode, but I spent probably 45 minutes and a good chunk of my back health digging through bins to bust out Reveal the Shield Windcharger as well. Just for this, just for you guys, I dug out all my Windchargers. So there he is in comparison with the G1, the more recent one. Like, again, I can't remember what line he was in. The Reveal the Shield one from 2011, and then, of course, now the new Legends one. I love, like, Windcharger, like I said, I love his car mode. It's not... It's a little off. There's a little proportion-wise that I think is maybe a little off from the Reveal the Shield version, at least just in regards to a car. I feel like the windscreen is a little big for the... And the whole front end is a little long, but maybe I'm wrong. But he's a nice... Like, I love his car mode. He feels like... I don't know. He feels like a toy I had as a kid, which I kind of did. But anyway, so yeah, there they all are together with all the various Windchargers in the various... See if we can get them here in mostly in height class here, all lined up. He's not quite as long as Reveal the Shield, but he's a little taller. Well, yeah, there's all the Windchargers all lined up together. But we are focused here on, today, the Power of the Primes version, which is the one that I'm sure we're all interested in. And to get him started, now he does have, he's kind of like Bumblebee in that he does in fact have space for a Titan Master / Prime Master inside the car, but he doesn't have like a little flip-up thing like Wheelie did. He doesn't have an easily accessible thing. You really have to pull the whole back end up in order to access the seat. But you can see there is Liege Maximo sitting in his seat, because I had one for each of the Legends that I was reviewing, and that's the one that got in here. But he sits down just like a normal... You have to lift his arms up to make him fit, but you can just straighten out the legs, and he goes right in there. And then once they're in there, you just take this whole assembly and slide it. And when you go down, you want to make sure to tab these in up here, and also there's a couple tabs on either side of the door that go into these slots on the back legs. So you want to make sure that rotates in last and closes that all up. And then you can have... Oh, there, look, there he is. You can have a Titan Master or a Prime Master riding inside there. Go ahead and pop him out. And then to transform him into a robot, you just keep folding this down. And then these panels fold up and into the legs. Just like that. Untab the legs from each other. I feel like these could go in a little further. There we go. Up into the leg. Whatever. Oh, there we go. It should come up past, though. It should lock in here. Either way. Just get him in there. And he'll stand up. The top half of the body, you want to lift up this piece. Unpeg the arms, and there is, much like on Beachcomber, there are a couple tiny pegs in here. Be careful with those. I don't know. I think once everything's all put together, you might shear those off if you're not careful, but I think if they come off, you'll probably still be able to lock everything together fairly well, because there's still these tabs back here to lock everything in place. But do be aware that there are some small tabs or pegs here inside the body. Don't just try to pull his arms out. of course, he comes in robot mode, so you'll see them the first time you transform him. Bring his shoulders down. Bring, this is all transforming here. Bring this down and around a little bit here, so his head comes down to the right side. And then bring the whole back hood down onto the back. This should be locking together better than this. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, there we go. And then this pegs into the back of the waist like that. And there you have Windcharger. Rotate his arms. And there he is. He's a little stubbier than usual. He also has a head swivel. Now his head looks a little doofy. And it looked weird at Comic-Con. And they're like, oh, but it looks like the cartoon. And I'm like, does it really? And it doesn't look as bad in person, but it still looks a little weird. And then I saw the card, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I do remember that face. That's great. The problem is, like, this face does not really look like this face on the art. The art looks better. It's not horrible, but it does kind of look like somebody stuck a human face on, like, just a slab. Which, again, kind of like his old head, but something, I don't know if it's the fact that maybe the forehead is painted, like maybe this forehead were painted a little darker like it is on the art. It would look a little better. I don't know. His face looks weird. But he's just good, solid little chunk bot. Cool car. I really like his vehicle mode. And his robot mode's not bad. Once you get used to the head, it's serviceable. So he's got the head swivel. He's got ball joints at the shoulders as well as the transformation hinge. Ball joint at the elbow. Again, no waist swivel. None of the Legends so far have it. Ball joint hips. No thigh swivel here. You'll notice just the hinge at the knee. And again, no foot articulation because it's just one solid chunk. He can also, like all the others, hold... I'll use his corresponding Prime Master can hold a Prime Master weapon. He can actually support it. It's not actually touching the ground. If you lift it up too high, he will fall forward. But like that, there is a little bit of wobble. He's not actually touching the ground here yet. Only by a little bit, but he can't hold him up off the ground. So yeah, there he is. Here he is with... let's do it with all the Windchargers. Here he is with his tailgate remold. Did it in reverse that time. Here he is with the G1 version. And here he is with the Reveal the Shield version. I still feel the Reveal the Shield version is probably the best Windcharger toy we've gotten. I mean, like, ostensibly the G1 because he was the G1, but like, I do think the Reveal the Shield mode is the best one to get if you could only have one Windcharger. This guy's not bad though. Also, the Reveal the Shield version does have those flip-out magnets, which I always thought was cool. He actually had his gimmick built in, whereas this guy can hold a Titan Master and can also apparently transform into massive objects with a huge gravitational pull. But yeah, so they're all the Windchargers together. Here he is with Beachcomber and Slash. Again, Beachcomber may be the star of the wave for me, even with the simplistic transformation, although I am really digging Slash as well. These three guys are all pretty solid. Windcharger is the weakest by comparison, but all in all, not a horrible figure. Just, like I said, if his face had been a little bit different, maybe a little better, face sculpt would have saved this toy for me. Here he is with Jazz. And he's actually a little bit redder. The camera's making him look like this really dark maroon. And he is a darker red than the others, as you can see by comparison, but he's not quite as like blood jam colored as the camera's making him look, at least to my eye from behind the camera here, although I do have some lights in my face here at the moment. And then here he is with the Dinobots as well. So yeah, there is Legends class Windcharger. The last, well, I don't know what order I'm going to be uploading these in, but of the Wave 1 Power of the Prime Legends class figures. And like I said, he's not the star of the wave, but he's actually a pretty solid and fun little toy. I especially love his vehicle mode, robot mode. Like I said, it just really needs a better face.